Hi, and welcome to the Arsenal Circle. Here's to talk to you today about the latest fixture between Arsenal and Sporting in the Europa League. The first leg, a 2-2 draw. A decent result, away from home. Any draw is always decent if it's the first leg. Now we just got to do our job at home and get the win. Let's go straight into it. Let's talk about the lineup. That's how I always start these videos. We're going to talk about the lineup. We made 6 changes, I believe it was, to our original starting 11. To our normal starting 11, our one we played against Bournemouth with the likes of Nelson starting, Jorginho starting, Vieira starting, Kiwior starting, and Turner starting being the notable mentions. Very interesting. I was very happy that we rotated this much. Would have liked to see Smith Rowe maybe, but and give Saka a rest and play Nelson out on the right. Very interesting. But Saka had a good game. We can't disrespect that. Just would have liked to see Smith Rowe a bit more. I think I've been saying it for a while because I think off the bench he just doesn't have the confidence. He wants to be started. He wants to be a person that Arteta can put faith in him. And he doesn't want to be pressed to the last 20 minutes of a match to find a goal, I don't think. But anyway, that's my only criticism with the lineup. I thought the lineup was fine, and it was a good lineup. Getting Partey quite a bit of a rest. I know he came on, but he didn't play that many minutes. Getting just a lot of players a rest that they needed, even though some of them got subbed on, right? And let's go straight into it because the first half was pretty alright. It was alright, yeah. I don't know. It was the first half of football. What can I say? I mean, 2 identical goals, both off corners, both headers, both pretty good goals, and both avoidable. But what I will say is one performance that was usually I'll go through the match and I'll talk about the match in chronological order. I don't think I really want to do that in this video because I think the whole match, everything I'm going to say applies. Something I want to talk about is Jakub Kiwior. Now, he had his start today at left centre-back. And he looks alright. He looks good on the ball. I was quite happy with that. But and he looks like he fits Arteta's system. But the one thing I wasn't as keen on was his defensive ability. And as a centre-back, that's the main thing, right? I don't know. He just wasn't that good. Wasn't up to scratch with the other 3 beside him. I don't know what it was. And he was partially at fault for the goal we let in the first half. I know it was Martinelli who didn't track the man, but also Kiwior was ducking like this from the ball. What are you doing? You should not be scared of the ball. I mean, Kiwior, I'm not gonna complain. I hope he starts again next week, and we give him another opportunity. But just a bit disappointed to see that today. Ben White, he had an okay game, nothing special. Another game that wasn't great. Was Saliba, though. I mean, yeah, he's got a high rating, 8.2, but that's because he's got a goal from centre-back. Of course, he's got a high rating. Yeah, I don't know. Saliba wasn't bad by any stretch of the imagination. He just wasn't good. He was just there. And I think it's the same thing with a lot of the squad. There's no motivation with a lot of these players to actually desperately fight for this game in the Europa League. And I don't mind that. As long as we, do that in the league, I don't mind that because, to be honest with you, I could not have cared less about this game. If we go through, cool. If we get knocked out, cool. I could not, I cannot fathom how, I cannot explain, I cannot articulate how much I do not care about this match. I mean, sure, it's cool. And I want to see Nelson on the score sheet. I want to see Vieira on the score sheet. It was obviously good for him to get an assist. But, realistically, this game does not matter that much, right? In the grand scheme of things, in the grand calculus of the multiverse, we're not worried about this match too much. And so yeah, I think a lot of the players kind of took that into account. They didn't really care, but some players did. Some players cared a lot. Notably, Zinchenko. I loved seeing the passion today. Really brilliant from him. He played quite well, but I think it was the right decision to sub him off because of how integral he is. We don't want him to be playing full 90s when he doesn't need to. We really don't want him to. But yeah, decent game there. Our midfield, pretty good. Jorginho wasn't amazing. I mean, that's why he subbed on Partey. And oh my gosh, we're a different team with Partey on the pitch. It's incredible. We actually are a whole different team. Truly, what a player. Yeah, as I said, Saka had a pretty good game. I don't know if I'd give him man of the match, to be honest. I'd probably just give it to... I don't know. I don't know who I'd give it to. Who would I give it to? Um, Probably one of their players, to be honest. Edwards was pretty good. I'd give it to Edwards. Or their keeper. Their keeper was pretty good. So just was okay, but he made quite a few fouls. I'd probably give it to their keeper. Dan. But yeah. Yeah, Saka had a decent game. Martinelli had a decent game. Nelson had a decent game. Just decent, right? Turner as well. Decent. But he probably, for the first goal, probably didn't need to get a touch onto that to put it out for a corner because that was going wide anyway. Now, I don't know. Should he have noticed that? I don't know. That's up to the goalkeeping coaches to decide and to decide whether they're going to have a word with him about that and improve him on stuff like that. But let's just go through the stats a bit. I mean, quite heavily in our favour in terms of possession, shots, and things like that. I mean, big chances went to Sporting. But if we look at the XG, it really was a 2-2, wasn't it? And if you watch the match, I think the scoreline... rarely happens in football, but the scoreline exactly reflected what should have happened. I mean, it was 2-2 in terms of the match. We played out a 2-2 game, and it finished 2-2. Simple as that. One corner in the whole match. One. I was gonna say one corner in the whole match. Doesn't sound right. One offside in the whole match. 12 corners in the match. But you know what I mean. Like just kind of. Not much happened. It was, yeah. It was a game of football. It's not a great review, but it was quite a boring match, if I'm being honest. I'm really hoping to see Jesus in the next match. That would be brilliant. And I don't know, maybe Trossard could get an appearance, but he's injured for a while. This is Cat, by the way. I think Elneny's meant to be out for the rest of the season. Don't know when Nketiah is meant to be back, so hopefully he can get back soon. But one man that I want to give a bit of praise is my name, Takahiro Tomiyasu. He's been very, very inconsistent as of late and actually quite poor, especially in that game against Manchester City, but he really turned it around here. Maybe he's found his level, you could say, with a club like Sporting Lisbon, and that's no disrespect to Sporting Lisbon, because they played a really good game. I was quite impressed with them, and I'll get onto them in a minute. But yeah, no, Tomiyasu really ran that left-hand side, Sporting's right-hand side, as soon as he came on. And I think that was imperative that we had someone who could defend like Tomiyasu did, because Edwards was having a really good game. Let's not deny it. Answer just. But yeah, just quite happy with the performance today. Just quite a solid result. Didn't need to win, and we didn't have to, and we didn't. 2-2, that's a good result away from home. Is there anything else to talk about? There's not really. I guess it's a shame. That we didn't win the match, because we were probably the better team on paper, right? But now we just have to do our job at home or not. I don't mind going out, but I think now that we've got the 2-2 at Sporting, we kind of just have to see it out at the Emirates, because not win at the Emirates would be quite disappointing, and probably more detrimental than going out in our Premier League campaign because of the confidence. But yeah, let me know what you thought about the match down in the comment section below. Do you think it deserved to be 2-2? Let me know. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and match review. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.